address them as an individual in their feelings. People want to be validated by their feelings. They're feeling bad. They're feeling like they don't want to work today. And you have to figure out a way to still allow them to express themselves, but don't allow their energy to rub off on you. There's different ways to do this. You can do it in a way that's very subtle, and that could be something like you can approach them and be like, "So, what makes you feel this way? Why you don't feel like working today? What is it that's happening that you don't feel like working today?" And a lot of times they just want to be heard because no one is listening to them, and they just want to be heard. It's like they just want to talk and tell you the reason why they're feeling like they don't want to be at work. And that situation could be because something happened last night. They didn't get enough sleep, and they're like, "I wish I could be in the bed instead of being here." And then you can be like, "You know what? I definitely know that feeling. I feel that way sometimes too. When I don't get enough sleep, I be like, I don't feel like working. Leave me alone." Now you can relate to them, and now they're like, "Man, okay, you know, somebody understand." So what I'm saying is, you become relatable in a positive way, and then you can say something in a more forward way. It don't have to be subtle. You can say something like, "Well, you can look at the bright side. You only here for 8 hours, or you only have whatever amount of hours, and once this is done, you can go home and get back in your bed and go to sleep. I know that bed gonna feel good. I know that bed gonna be comfortable. Man, I can only imagine how those pillows are gonna feel. Oh my goodness! Look at you. You got me ready to go home and get in the bed." Now you done changed their attitude again to where they like, "Man, I know, right? Pillows are nice, you know." Or maybe I need to get some new pillows. And he's like, "Hey, why don't you stop by the store and get you some new pillows on your way home? That way you can really get a good night's sleep, get some good rest." So instead of allowing that person's energy to rub off on you, you transform and you transfer your energy to them. You give them what you have. Don't give it all away because you still need some for yourself. But you give them what you have. That's what you do. Now, there are some people who are way more difficult than that. I know some individuals, I have some in my life that's like that. And sometimes I have to step back from them and put myself in a situation where I have to tell myself, first off, I don't have to put up with this, or I'm not going to put up with this. And I got to make decisions for myself that's healthy for me and my family that's in my home. And then I start making decisions based on that. So I want to give you some examples, but I don't want to offend anybody. But I'm going to try to put this in a way where I would make it more broad than narrowing it down to a specific individual. So let's just say, like, you have somebody that you love, and that person is dear to you, but that person's understanding is not always great. Their understanding is they only see things their way. They don't see it no other way but the way they want it, how they want it, the way they want it, and that's just what it is. And you might want to call this person a narcissist because there are people with narcissistic personalities, and those type of people are very difficult to deal with. I married a narcissistic person. I divorced him too. But as I was with that person, it was difficult for me because I had never dealt with a narcissistic personality before, before I got with him that I knew of. Like, I didn't know what narcissistic was until I got with him. But as I look back at things and I started seeing my life and who I have been encountered with, I realized I dealt with more than just him as a narcissistic personality. I had other people that I had in my life and still to this day have in my life who was narcissistic. And this person, I can't just get rid of them because they're a family member. And I realized that how do I deal with this person in love? You got to deal with people in love. When you deal with a narcissistic person in love that's you can't get rid of, you have to protect yourself at all costs. You have to protect what's very dear and special to you. So I flew with this flight attendant recently, and I showed her my book, and she was like, "I need this book." And I wasn't showing her my book for her. I was actually using my book to put together a presentation that I am about to be starting on for next year for 2024 for Rice University. I got offered to become full time for helping the athletes there for mental health and managing stress. And I was trying to see how I can use my book because I got more than one book. I was trying to see how I can use not the new one that I have, which is the one I just read from, but the other one that I have, which is called the Stress Eliminator, and that's this one here. And